Well, we're back again for another edition of Te Akau TV and joined this morning by Te Akau racing manager Reese Trump. A bit cold this morning there in Matamata, Reese.
Hey, Hazy and viewers. Yes, very fresh this morning. Not ideal, but keep the horses warm and they're racing well at the moment and all the staff are working very well.
And you've had a big week up in Auckland with David and Mark and the rest of the team looking at horses and obviously purchasing at the Ready to Run sale. David bought 10 horses yesterday and the day before.
Yeah, look, we've ended up with 10 lovely types. We've just changed our process of how we go about this sale. We're not looking for a 2-year-old. We're looking for more of a staying type of horse. And it showed last season. We've already won races with Truth or Dare. Stage and Screen looks very promising. Al Paramore, a horse called High Roller, looks very good. So Mark's got a art to it. He really can tell from a breeze. And then having the likes of Joe Walls, Marcus Corbin, Dave, looking at them, inspecting on the Tuesday off Mark's list, you can't have better eyes. And we were able to pick out 10 that we thought were lovely types. And obviously we missed out on a couple, but I'm really thrilled with what we've taken away.
And the sales topper there, 1.65 million in Invincible and Shillelagh. Obviously, Te Akau trained the mare there before she was transferred over to Chris Waller and won a Group 1 in Australia. But a lovely, lovely type.
He is. He's just a ripper. He was practically sold as soon as we left the sales complex that day. What more is he to say? He's got a beautiful pedigree. He's by a great stallion. Hopefully we can get that black type win with him as a 2-year-old, and then a race like the Coolmore or the Caulfield Guineas as a 3-year-old would be excellent.
And if you could tip the viewers into one that they might want to get a wee share in, which one would it be?
Look, we brought a King's Legacy gelding off Kilgraven. King's Legacy started off his career in fine fiddle. He's been given the best opportunity with the mares from Coolmore. We've got 2 of them in the stable, and we couldn't be happier with either of them. And the word is very good on them. He hasn't had many to the races yet, but I believe when they do start, they're going to be very, very impressive horses.
Excellent. We'll have a look out for that King's Legacy 2-year-old there on the website. A quick look at the week that's been obviously wrapping up there with Cup Week. Great to see Captured by Love win her maiden Group 1 there. She's now a very valuable mare race.
She is. Obviously, we paid a lot for her at the Magic Millions, but she's certainly excelled her value now. It was a great ride by Josh. A lot of jockeys would have panicked, but a proper Group 1 jockey, that's the benefit of having him. So lovely, and she's going to go to bigger and better things, hopefully, in the autumn.
And I guess another notch for Craig Grills. Sorry, Joshua Parr, there was Mel Mason.
He was very good. He's just really come of age, that horse. He was a ready-to-run horse that we actually brought 2 years ago. He's just taken a little bit of time, but the owners have been patient, and he's certainly rewarding us now. He's getting up in the ratings, and there's no reason why at the end of the season we couldn't end up in a nice stakes race.
And Mezzabine took out the New Zealand Cup there, a prestigious race, a time-honoured race as well, but great to get the chocolates there over the 2 miles.
Great ride by Grillsy, straight into the 1-1, put her to sleep. We were going nowhere with her at the beginning of the season, but she's really turned her form around, and she's a very valuable mare. And thanks heaps to Danny Ralston for purchasing her for her owners. She's a very good filly, and she'll hopefully end up in a race like the Adelaide Cup in March.
Excellent. And Timaru there the other day, Knowledge is Power. Good to see him win. Owners have been patient with him as well.
They have been. He's been a very difficult horse. He likes to go 100 mile an hour, and that shows in his races, but he kept up a strong gallop, and there's no reason why, if he wasn't to be left alone and get away with some cheap sectionals in the future, he can't go through the grades.
Excellent. Well, that wraps up the runners of the week that's been. We might have a look at the race there at Cranbourne, the solo runner in Wild Night in the Cranbourne Cup, drawn for race with Blake Shin on board.
Wrapped to have Blake Shin aboard. He galloped him on Tuesday morning, and he was absolutely thrilled with him. He said he's an absolute gentleman. So look, it's great having a jockey with confidence in a horse. He's travelled there in great order. The team did well with him in New Zealand to keep him sound and happy, and the team have done a good job in Australia with him since then. From a good draw, he'll land to a beautiful spot. 1600 meters looks ideal for him. Hopefully, he can handle getting up in class.
Excellent. Well, all the best to Maury over there, who will be known as a Wild Knight. Obviously, the name Wild Knight was taken over in Australia. Let's kick off in Wanganui here at home. We kick off in race number 1, the Wanganui Function Centre 3-year-old 1200. 2 runners take their place here. Discretion Rules and Quintafili.
Yeah, look, lack of options for races. They trialled both on Monday, but there's no races coming up for them that's suited. So it's not ideal that they're racing in the same week, but they're both trained on very well since their trial. They've both come back in great order. They're both very smart horses. They'll definitely benefit from this first up run, but they're both going very well, and I expect them both to be top 3 chances.
And down to race number 3, the Carpet Maintenance and Cleaning 1200. Last start winner Bella Voce takes her place in the field, drawn barrier 2.
Really happy. It was a great ride. Last start by Vinny. He got the gap when needed, and he went through it, and she was very brave. Obviously, up in grade now isn't going to be easy, but off that last start, you'd like to see her go through the grades nicely. But coming out of a good draw, she'll get a nice soft run, and hopefully she can carry it on.
And race 5, the Jill Rollhoff Memorial Open 1340, Open Handicap Petrucci. I thought she was good last start there at Te Rapa. Heads down to the Central District's drawn barrier 4.
She was very good last start. She just got flush wide on the corner, but she made ground good late. 1340 looks ideal. The visor blinkers go back on. It was a move that Salmon Mark did last season with her, and she was good enough to win first up with that. So from a good draw, she should land into a nice spot, hopefully in the first half of the field, and hopefully she can get back in the winner's circle and get some confidence and then get through the grades again.
And another runner for Trelawney there in race number 6, the CRV Equipment Limited 1600. Kinney, the well-bred daughter of Fastnet Rock, draws barrier 1.
She's going very well. She's hit the line strongly the last couple of times, up to the mile. Soup's third up. Lily Sutherland's riding well, including for the stable. So we're happy to have her aboard. And her racing form, this preparation's been excellent. So expect her to go very close.
Race number 9, the tribute to Jonathan Parks 2040, rating 65 benchmark. Court of Appeal lines up here for Fortuna, draws barrier 4 with Ashvin Gundasamy on board.
Just got caught in the worst of it last start at New Plymouth. She was in the softest part of the track, so don't take too much into that. 2,000 metres on her pedigree definitely suits. From a nice draw, she should land into a beautiful spot. Expect her to race well.
Excellent. Over to Pukekohe Park there. We kick off on race number 3, the Listed Counties Challenge Stakes. For the 2-year-olds, 2 take their place here. Last start winner 2, Bravery Born. And the debutant that's been showing a bit at the trials, Return to Conquer, who draws barrier 2 with Warren Pun on board.
Really happy with Bravery Born. He's a lovely son of Snitzel. He was obviously on the cheaper side to Return to Conquer, but he couldn't be any more impressive than what he was at Wanganui, and the horse that ran second has come out and run second again to Lada Rada. So that holds good form for him. From the nice draw, he'll just be able to find his feet, get into a rhythm, get breathing. He's a horse that can get up and overdo it, but Michael will get him to relax just in behind them. And Return to Conquer obviously has a massive profile heading into the races on Saturday. All going well, this would be his only run in New Zealand, and then we could head to a race like the Blue Diamond in Melbourne. But look, we've got to get through Saturday. Obviously, a similar race like this last year, we had moved to strike and Bellatrix Star rolled him. So things can happen, but the horse is in great order. We couldn't be any happier with him, and we expect him to race very well.
Race number 7 is the next runner, so a bit of a few races in between drinks there. The Cellar Artois 1500 Championship Qualifier, inspired by Art, very good at Te Rapa there. A couple of starts ago, and then ran 6th at Tauranga thereafter. How's she going into Saturday?
She's going well. Obviously, she went to Te Rapa on the Monday. They didn't hold the race, and then she had to go all the way to Tauranga. Might have just played with her brain a little bit, but she's progressed well. 1,400 metres is now going to suit her. The draw is going to make it a bit tricky, but we'll just ride her as she jumps, get her relaxed, get her into a rhythm. And hopefully, being up and trip now with a long straight, she'll be in the finish.
And race number 8 there, the Group 3 TAB Counties Cup. 2 talented gallopers lining up for Te Akau on this one. Cognito, unfortunately, drawn barrier 15, but has the services of informed jockey Vinny Colgan on board, and Quali Alpha Rasha. The lights were on this one last start at Tarapa, flashing home wide outside.
Cognito's racing very well. His last start was excellent at Ellerslie. It was a race that was kind of dominated on speed, but he was really finishing off strongly. Obviously, the draw is going to kill us a little bit. We'll have to go back, but stepping up to 2,100 metres certainly is going to suit that horse, and he races well at Pukekohe. Quali Alpha Russia continues to race well. Obviously, her 2 runs this preparation have been good. We're just not sure whether she is a staying sort of filly or mare now, or she's a miler. So we're going to find a good assessment on her, but Watermoo Pin right down in the bottom of the weights is a big help. And if she runs out the 21 strongly, she's a top 3 contender for sure.
Race number 9, the Group 2 Dunstan Horse Feeds Auckland Thoroughbred Breeders Stakes. Weight for age fillies and mares, 1,400 metres race. I believe this race has been moved from later in the season to November. Campia Nessa, 4th there in the Levermole, the Group 1 Levermole last start, now drops back in distance after a bit of a freshen up race.
Yeah, she's freshened up nicely too. The team's really happy with her from a soft barrier. On Saturday, she should land into a good spot. You'd like to see her in the first half of the field, 1 off. Watermoo Pin's riding very well, including for the stable, so we're happy to have him aboard. She won this race last year. Obviously, there's probably a little more depth to it this year than there was last year with La Creek, but look, she's flying and we're happy with her, and certainly whatever she does do on Saturday, she's going to improve off.
Excellent. Last runner of the day there, race number 10, the Dunstan Horsefeed Stayers Championship. Rule of Law, understand he likes a firm deck. Reese scratched last up on a heavy ground.
Yes, he was. Blinkers go back on. Ryan Elliott takes the ride. I'm happy to have him aboard. He requested for the ride straight away when he found out Craig Rules was suspended. So that's great to have a rider on that has confidence and wants to get onto the horse. So that helps. He'll land on speed. He likes to be up there amongst it. So we'll ride him much the same. And as long as he's continuing to improve, he should race well.
Excellent, Reese. That wraps up the runners for the weekend. I'm going to have a guess where you're going to go for your best bet. And I reckon it's the 2-year-old there at Pukekohe Park.
I do believe Return the Conquer is going to be very hard to beat. He certainly is the best bet, and It's a Wild Night. He's the next best.
There you go. Well, thanks for your time today, Reese. Thanks for tipping the viewers into one of those yearlings as well. So hopefully that gets snapped up over the weekend. And I guess looking ahead to next week, we've got races there at headquarters at Ellerslie and down the line at Wanganui as well. But have a good week, mate. Stay warm, and hopefully we'll catch you up with you again sometime soon.